Lab 5, Coal, Oil, and Gas. Hey everybody, this lab is short, it's sweet, super easy, but don't let it fool you. Make sure that you write enough content for each required question. So in this lab, you're going to just be watching 2 videos that are on YouTube and answering questions which answers are found within the video themselves or with just a little bit of extra research. Okay, so to get to the videos, just highlight the text and copy and paste it into a new browser tab, or right click it and should give you the option to go to the video. So this first one here is a little bit under 6 minutes and it talks about coal mining. Okay? So watch the video and answer these questions. Coal generates what % of the world's energy? Does that surprise you? How do you feel about that? Give me 5 or more sentences that deals with that question and your thoughts about that. Then you'll find as you watch this video a little bit further, the rock, soil, and contaminants make up how much of the raw feed, how is coal separated from the waste rock, and then how long does it take in minutes for coal to be ready for transport by rail outside of the processing plant once it enters the plant. And then were you surprised at that amount of time? Cool. The second one is about oil and gas offshore drilling. This video is just under 8 minutes long. Okay. In this video, they talk about a couple, more than 2, technologies that help guide and keep the vessel in place, in position. I want you to identify which technologies are used to keep it in place and tell me a little bit about those technologies. Now they talk about the technologies a little bit in the video, but you may have to do some Google searching to find out a little bit more details about those technologies. Now I'll give you a hint. One of the technologies is not the pipes themselves or the riser system, because that just anchors it loosely to the seafloor but doesn't keep the ship in position. The drilling pipe is very fragile, and so if the ship moves out of position, those pipes will simply break apart and snap. That doesn't help keep it in place. A lot of past labs have incorrectly put that as a technology that keeps the ship in place. I mean, put a straw in a glass of water and put your hand over it. Does that keep your hand in place? No. Okay, the last section is how are cuttings removed in rotary drilling. And then in the riser system, what's used instead of seawater and why is it used instead of seawater. And that is the end of the lab. So 3 questions for oil and gas and 4 questions for coal.